Okay, this is another B division play-in match. This one is between Mic Qsenoch and jonts. Going into this, Mic Qsenoch needs 1.5 to get into B. jonts needs 2.5, and if jonts wins 2-1, then Haka ends up in B. And joining me for commentary today is xtruffles.
Hello.
And we have some variety of board here. Well,
yes, I actually have no idea what to open. That's not.
yeah.
Yeah.
Want all three things, and they all cost 4. That's Jack, Spice Merchant, and Potion. But
I could see Jack. I think probably for me, I would still open Jack Border Guard. Is that your baby? Or?
that would be somebody else who apparently is not muted, or is now, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I would open Jack Border Guard as well.
Yep. That sounds about right to me. I could actually imagine something like Spice Merchant Border Guard. That gets you through shuffles a little bit faster, I want to say. Just because it does actually trash cards.
I think the reason I would open Jack Border Guard is that, like, I think you have better chances of hitting, like, 4 and 5.
Yeah, for sure. Border Guard Spice Merchant is...
And I think you want to optimize for your, like, turn 5, turn 6 shuffle. I do think I want to eventually pick up a potion. So
something about Border Guard Spice Merchant is that if stuff splits nicely, you do hit 4-4. Of course, the same thing is true with Jack, I suppose. So Mick starts Jack.
I think this ends up being, like, deceptively more money-like than this board comes off as.
I mean, you have Stables and Groundskeeper and a plus buy, so I guess it's not much of a plus buy.
It's not much of a plus buy. It's kind of terminal.
It's really difficult to get Diplomats going with Stables in the deck. So we see Jack Silver on one side and Border Guard. And seeing the Border Guard Stables would be kind of tempting. Or seeing Jack Silver.
It's not entirely clear what the best open is. I think at the end of the day,
well, other stuff is always going to matter more.
Better at return for shuffle.
Swamp Hag. Huh.
I think this should be Spice Merchant.
Yeah,
Ocean.
I think that's almost certainly Spice Merchant.
I also don't like that.
Yeah, I would worry with Hag that you're not going to reach your price points on the Hag turns.
It's also a weird terminal to play with.
Yeah, for sure. And you have other ones that actually do the gains. Inventor, Spice Merchant.
Inventor gaining, like, Border Guards is pretty nice.
Mick takes a potion. So he now has all 3 of the 4s that we would have liked to have opened.
I think that's a justification. Well, like, against Spice Merchant Border Guard, I think would be my least favorite opening. Just because I think it's a lot more difficult to hit double 4s with Spice Merchant Border Guard, because once you trash a copper, unless you're using it for points buy, you're kind of left with just 6 coppers.
The idea would be that you have a jack as one of those 4s, but... Oh, jonts now does pick up potion to go along with the hag.
I think I could maybe see an inventor for Mick.
I would have liked a second spice merchant there. It's a little bit interesting to buy a familiar against the sea hag.
Yeah.
How many curses is it actually going to give out? Apparently enough if you're Mick.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of hag. Especially, like, with familiar on the board. It's just kind of... It ends up really being like a raider that is terminal. I can see stables now.
I guess trashing wise versus curses, Mick has 1 curse, 1 estate at the moment. Which means that he is...
Hans just picked up his first spice.
Yeah, so Mick's just going to be able to stay on top of the junk a whole lot better. I would have this as pretty much over.
I don't know if there was justification for picking up that familiar. I feel like it's pretty unlikely for you to get to actually give out that curse.
Was that last turn? No, where was that?
It was turn 11 for jonts.
He bought a stables.
Oh, I thought he bought a familiar.
He put the potion in hand over curse and then bought a stables anyways.
Okay, my bad. I thought he bought familiar. That makes a lot more sense.
So jonts is something like 6 curses, 1 estate. Yeah.
I think could be second job for jonts.
I mean, you can't really... I'm left speechless by what jonts should actually do there.
That's a hand.
Probably look in the upper right-hand corner. And end the misery.
Do you trigger the shuffle? I think there's justification for trigger.
I mean...
Yeah, I think a stable's down there. And Jack, which I kind of want to find.
Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna...
Spice Merchant. I don't think the cards in there are that bad.
Yeah, I think there was much less to lose by triggering.
I think this is province. Could be stables.
I mean, I would just use up time. The only thing you're going to do by building is get more and more ahead.
Yeah. I think stables probably makes more sense.
Provincing is pretty much the only way you're going to lose.
Yeah. Do you really go groundskeeper here?
Sure.
I feel like there isn't enough time.
There's lots of time because you can double gain with Inventor. You can't gain a lot of groundskeepers, but you can gain 2 green cards, and then if you have like 7 groundskeepers, that's going to just outscore Province. So it's just right now it's keep building and make sure that you don't end up losing because you run aground on green. It's always
the horn is nice.
Always stables duds, isn't it? Top sticks the stables.
Oh, that's... Oh, these... The fact that jonts has both the horn and the lantern is really nice.
Yep. But, I don't...
It's so hard to get on this board. What?
It would be better if it could trash curses. I was gonna say.
Yeah. But... Can't have everything. I could see a diplomat. It's a little bit crazy.
For whom?
For jonts.
And your activator is Spice Merchant. I guess mixed familiars. They are getting attacks. Attacked every turn.
Yeah, I mean, because Mick is pretty consistently drawing death.
Yeah. I would like to see a second Spice Merchant for Mick still, I think. Even now. Or actually...
Spice Merchant.
Actually, it would just be change terminals to Inventor, I suppose.
Yeah.
Next turn. So yeah, starts on Groundskeeper. My guess is this next turn is going to be Inventor.
Yes.
Could also be Spice Merchant for buy. Once or twice.
Inventor can gain border guards and green cards.
Yeah, I'm imagining. I think I'm imagining a different deck than there actually is, though, and probably you are too.
Yeah, it's very hard to.
There's 7 silvers in there, so he has quite a few turns of Spice Merchant. Oh, he gets one of the artifacts. Which is Thorn. Yeah, Spice Merchant buy.
Yeah, John still has a lot of curses.
Mm-hmm. And a potion, and a swamp hag, and...
Yeah, I really did not like the swamp hag opening.
Yes, the thing that Jonts is holding on to right now is that he can't lose a single game, so... That's why there's no resigning.
Well, if he loses this game, the next
2 don't
two
matter.
games,
Don't matter for
just
him. But I'm sure Haka wouldn't mind him winning them.
Yeah. This is quite over. I mean, even if Nick dies for 2 turns, I'm not sure this would
Mick just keeps doing groundskeepers, and then they'll probably pile before jonts actually scores, and if they don't, then you just way outscore. I mean, as long as Mick leaves 2 things in a pile, I don't know that there's much point in him scoring. I guess, worrying about a dud.
Yeah. Which is not impossible given how many stables Mick has.
For sure. So
it's like unlikely, but not impossible.
So it'll be score once and then go back to groundskeepers. Oh, okay, resigns.
It's a very reasonable resign.
Yeah, there's no objections to that one.
Yeah.
So now they get to play games that don't matter to jonts. After one game. I guess there'd be a sense of accomplishment from winning. Okay.
Okay. Steward silver?
I mean, what are we trying to do eventually? A lot of crowns, a lot of bridge.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I guess too many bridges is a thing.
No, there's
I feel like it's impossible to build to like a giant megaturn,
I mean,
but you can build enough to like score a decent amount on one.
Yeah, there's both crown and scepter to support it.
Yeah. Scepter bridge actually works, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because, like, some people, like, you can't scepter a bridge roll, but you can scepter bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, in the meantime, there's going to be something going on with peddlers.
Yeah.
Those are always...
fun.
Well, something that you would like a lot of.
So I guess you open Steward Silver?
Alternative would be like Steward Bridge, but I don't...
What are you trying to hit 5 for?
If you hit 5 with Bridge, you could Seaway Crown. That might be nice. We see 2 stewards. Not very confident in that being a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, getting thin is pretty nice.
Yeah, there's also price points. Mick sees a not great hand up there.
No, it's actually off.
Trash 2 by Merchant. Sure.
At least he doesn't dud, sort of. Like, at least he's able to buy something.
Yeah, he bottom decked 2 estates. Does take another steward to seize them both. Well, I don't think there's many buys that would have looked better than steward right there, right now. If the steward hadn't been in there bridge, say, on the merchant turn might have been nice for a seaway crown.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we see a crown from Mick right here.
Yeah.
No, seaway merchant.
I guess he's aiming for peddlers?
Yeah, aiming for peddlers that way. Jonts does the same.
They look pretty similar, except I think Jonts is still a little bit better trashed.
Yep. Which is something that we would expect with the double steward and them not colliding.
I feel like Jonts is going to trash here, but I would buy crown. Okay.
This might just be peddler merchant. Although Mick might be thinking about crown also. But you can get that on some turn when peddlers are free.
Peddler, merchant, crown, both Qsenoch. I think I might like crown a little bit more. Yeah.
Let's try turning you up a little bit. I just did buy crown. That's not something that I particularly like right there.
Yeah, this is trash, and then you buy bridge.
Trash. And no, merchant peddler.
I think I would have liked to see the bridge.
Mick does not get a pleasant draw here.
Guess you just crown the steward. I guess it doesn't really matter.
No. You're hitting 7. There's no point in drawing into merchant. What happens if you draw trash?
Doesn't he just have like a merchant copper down there?
Yeah, you end up with 3. I'm gonna look for 7, something like bridge merchant. Could be peddler. Or merchant. Actually would be better. Yeah. Whether it's draws or something else, it seems like these decks are taking a little bit longer to get to where they want to go than might be ideal for this board.
Yeah. I think you just trash here and buy a bunch of peddlers and a bridge.
Yeah. So that would be 2 peddlers, bridge, and merchant.
Why merchant over peddler? For the buy?
Gives a buy. Yeah. Yeah, Marcus mentioned that it could have been Crown and Bridge, taking coins off the steward.
Yeah.
Probably would have been better. Two labs you don't gain. I feel like you're drawing either way, though, so...
Well, you want to reduce the number of stop cards in your deck.
Just, like, work for a little bit more power first.
I definitely like Bridge over Crown, but I could see the justification for not trashing and picking up Crown.
Yeah. I mean, peddlers are nice, but I think Crown Bridge is where you really want to be in this game.
I think this is Crown, Bridge, a bunch of peddlers.
Yeah. Well, Mick agrees with you, at least.
Yay. Mick doesn't seem that behind now.
I mean, he has more crowns and he has the same number of bridges, so...
He has... Yeah. But he's also player 2.
Yeah, he is feeling, I think, exactly that much behind.
Problem is that I are looking low. Do you guys pick up peddlers here? I guess so.
How many buys could Mick potentially produce?
Not enough to pile crowns.
We sure he has 2 crowns.
Yeah.
Well, if he
You'd
say
have to crown a
crown's a
bridge.
Yeah, this is not looking like a great spot for Mick. So it would be Crown the Merchant. Not really a way around that, I think.
Yeah.
Merchant. Crown the Bridge. Take coins. Now what?
I have no idea.
I mean, you can take points, but that doesn't really do anything. It seems like you're probably going to need another bridge to win at any point.
Yeah, so it has to be something like... He could take a province, it's not crazy.
Yeah, Bridge Scepter Province sounds like a possibility.
I think he won another crown.
Something that's actually bad here is if Crown were, say, Throne Room, it could work a lot better.
Why?
Because if you Scepter a Crown, that does treasures still.
Oh, I see.
Whereas if you were to Scepter a Throne Room, you could play an action.
But it doesn't matter too much on this board, does it?
No, it does, because, like, if you...
One treasure.
Well, if you would have a Scepter and you would Scepter a Crown, say, in Mick's turn, you would be able to crown the Steward, or crown, say, another bridge, whereas with it being Crown, being a treasure, you can't do that.
So, what is this? Province, Crown, Scepter, Merchants? Probably can't touch the Merchants. Province,
Scepter, Crown, or is Province, Scepter, Bridge?
Yeah. I think you still want the Crown, though. guess it could be province, scepter, bridge. It seems a little bit safer than touching the crowns.
For sure. Yeah, you would rather it be a crown than a scepter, probably, but you can't actually do that.
Do you even touch the merchants? I guess not.
If you crown a scepter, it's as good as crowning bridge. Yeah, but you would need 2 scepters because you need to scepter the crown the scepter.
Yeah, I think he touches the merchant. It's hard to say. Oh, so how much money does Jonts have?
Jonts had something like 13 last turn.
13.
Increased buying power, 3 peddlers, a merchant, 2 crowns.
I'm hesitant about taking a merchant here.
Maybe it was Mick who had 13 this turn.
Let's see.
1, 2, 3.
That's 8.
5. 1, 2, 3, 8, 11.
11. And how many buys? 4, 7. 11 and 7 buys.
But could be more with crowns used properly. This isn't a great draw for Jonts, but it looks like it'll work.
I think the rest of his cards are mainly cantrips.
Yeah, he might want to draw with Stuart here to try and get a crown on crown. I don't know that it makes that much of a difference, but being able to say crown, crown, bridge, bridge might be nicer.
Yeah, that's true. He could just pile estates. Estates and Peddler and it would win. I think this is 30 win.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is win. You just crown the bridges and then just buy all the estates and Peddler.
Crown Merchant Bridge. I guess this is what we're actually going to see. But
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Nothing matters. It's 20.
He doesn't buy province.
Well, he could do 8 duchies instead.
This is just a complicated round. That's fine.
Let's see, yeah, that was, I guess, you could call it a lot of first player.
Yeah, I do think there is a lot of first player advantage to this board because based off of like the parity of like cards left,
yeah,
you're kind of left in an awkward place because you can't touch the last like batch of cards, so then you can't build as much.
Here we have familiar and no curse trashing.
That's fun.
So that's lovely. And yeah, we're in. If Jonts wins, Haka goes into B, and if Mick wins, Mick goes into B. Or ties, Mick can also tie. Let's see.
Yeah, double Squire seems pretty decent.
Yeah, I think there's not really much else to do. Advanced squires for familiars and
I don't know about pairing pillage.
You're advancing the squires to familiars. I wonder if you're just gaining squires off the advance, because you get the attack, but you also get something else.
Yeah, I would gain squires off the squires.
So
I feel like eventually maybe you want to... I guess it's kind of crazy to play with scholar.
you could also advance into pillage.
I'm not a fan of opening loan.
I wouldn't be thrilled either. Maybe one merchant squire. Okay, Mick does get one squire.
I'm not a fan of scholar on this board. Oh, squire misses.
Yep. Guess that's why you would do double squire. Oh. What's that? That looks like the mail coming in. So now jonts is trying to figure out what you do with your advance.
I think jonts is looking ahead.
For sure. Mick doesn't discard the squire, so that's sort of nice. I would think this should be another squire. Market square. We'll gain a gold with it. Trash, gain gold. Advance the squire into what?
Could see. I don't know if I see scholar on this board. I don't think I do. I'm trying to look for it, but it's really hard.
Like, I can see scholar, but I don't think you're really playing to draw, so... I think you're possibly better off just having large amounts of money that... whatever, gold, spoils...
Could advance a squire into a squire.
Wine merchant... It gets two familiars in.
Yeah, that was nice. You play this market square? I think I want the gold.
Yeah, for what Mick is doing, I think it would be pretty clear to stop there and take the gold.
Squire... Patrician?
Market square, patrician. Patrician.
I mean, I think I still want the squire, just because it's a good card.
Yeah.
On this board, at least. It's the only action. Not that you really want to play with it. But I think it's just another market square here.
Yeah. Well, I think what we're seeing here is that jonts is a believer in the squire scholar, and Mick really isn't. So we'll see who ends up being more correct.
I mean, I could see it working, but I'm surprised if that's the deck jonts wants to build, that he hasn't picked up a loan yet.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to build like a fairly engine-y deck, I would want to see the loans gone.
Yeah, you definitely need to get as much out of your deck as possible in that case. You're going to be dealing with probably 5 curses, so...
Oh, he doesn't...
Doesn't discard Wine Merchant. I don't mind that so much, but...
I mean, you're entering a new shuffle. Is the Patrician really going to draw for you? The likelihood of the Patrician actually doing any work in the next shuffle is fairly low.
Yeah, I guess
for
that's
Mick, I think
fair.
this is just Province Patrician. You're not doing much other than Province.
I'm a little bit concerned with John's continuing to not discard the Wine Merchant. It's almost like it's just been forgotten about.
That's unfortunate. Patrician.
Or good as the case may be.
So I think I just Province here.
Yeah, I don't see anything else.
I
guess it could be Emporium, discard. That would be a set of points for Jonts that you might want to end up cutting off.
Yeah. So I'm worried Jonts has kind of forgotten about the Wine Merchant. Okay.
Got it.
Again, I think I would just Province here.
You might take Emporium.
Yeah, Emporium is also reasonable. Actually, a lot more reasonable.
Things are getting really, really, really low.
I don't even know if I would play this loan here. Yeah, that's why I wouldn't play the loan.
But Jonts is running out of time.
Yeah.
So this almost would have to have been Province, but continues on Emporia.
Could advance the Patrician to Emporium.
Yeah, I'd say that's what he's thinking about right now. I mean, that's got to be the only thing he's thinking about right now. Buying the curse, I doubt.
I don't see buying the curse. No, like, no, I don't see buying the curse.
Well, unless Jonts can double Province right here.
The chat is so cute. Welcome back. I wouldn't buy the curse in that state. You're winning and like.
I have a big decision whether to advance Patrician. Yes. That's a little bit of extra scoring. Alright, so Mick wins that and will be in B Division next season.
Yeah, very exciting. Welcome back to League, Mick. And then, congrats to, I guess, Jonts and Haka for still playing well, I think.
Yeah, I think those were a decent set of games. Maybe the first wasn't quite, I mean, it wasn't great, it was a runaway, but the other two, I think, had some amount of competition. So,
thanks for listening.
yep, see you all.